up, friends? Welcome back to my channel. I hope you all are doing well. Today, I'm going to be showing you my everyday makeup routine. We're going to be going through all of the products in my everyday makeup bag. These are my hero products for a quick, natural, radiant, not too complicated type of look, something for every day. These are some of my holy grail makeup products, and I'm really excited to show them to you. We're going to be putting them on my face today. So if you want to hang out with me as we get ready with my everyday favorites, then keep watching. Okay, party people, let's get these makeup favorites on my face. But before I open it up, I do just want to quickly show you my everyday makeup bag. Very affordable. I think I bought like a pack of these on Amazon a couple of months ago. I'll link them down below along with all the products that I use in this video. I like this because it's clear. I can see through it, keeps things organized. I know what's in there. It also has a little handle at the top, which is great if you want to carry it around or just, boop, pop it in a little suitcase. If I have a work trip or something like that, I have everything that I need in this little bag. I do like to usually shop my stash and use, different eyeshadow palettes and foundations and things when I do my makeup throughout the week. But a lot of times, guys, if I'm not filming, I get up early, my boyfriend's asleep, and so I just need to do my makeup real quick. And I want to feel good, like I want to put on my makeup, but I'm not doing anything super crazy. I'm just getting ready, to go into the office, maybe hop on some Zoom calls, that kind of a thing. So these really are my everyday favorites for a really nice, quick look. So let's dive in. Kicking things off, friends, with what is kind of like a primer slash skincare. I have a lot of multi-purpose products in this makeup bag. It is the RMS Supernatural Radiance Serum. I like to use this as a glowy primer, but this is also SPF 30. So it's great if, you want to get a little extra sun protection. In the winter, I'm not really like getting a lot of sun exposure. So I don't need as much sunscreen. So sometimes this might be all that I wear if I'm going to be like inside all day and I'm just sort of next to a window. I really, really love this product as well. You guys know, for no makeup days, it is super moisturizing, makes the skin look plump but not greasy. And as you can see that gorgeous radiance that it gives? It kind of just softly blurs all your imperfections. And I do have quite a bit of redness on my cheeks. So I like the fact that this just basically creates a soft focus filter all over your face. I also like to put it right here under the eyes to blur dark circles. It doesn't irritate my eyes. It's never gotten into my eyes or made my eyes sting, anything like that. I know some people have issues with that when it comes to sunscreen, but that has not been a problem that I've had with this. And I also feel, guys, that when I put this on, I don't need as much makeup. Like I don't need as much foundation and concealer. So it really is a beautiful multi-purpose base. And by the way, this is the lightest shade. It's called Light Aura, but I have the medium one too. And I use that one a little bit more in the summer. Sometimes I mix them. It really is just the perfect primer or kind of like a one and done glowy face product. By the way, if you are new here, hi, welcome. My name is Sophia and I love luxury beauty. I upload new videos just like this one every single week. I do a lot of new makeup reviews and fun and helpful guides. So if you love luxury beauty, if you love honest, chill, and entertaining reviews, then hit that subscribe button to join our fam because we would love to have you. And if you guys want to see me create the rest of this look, then keep watching. My favorite quick on-the-go foundation, and I mean, let's be honest, this is like one of my favorite foundations ever, is the Clé de Peau Radiant Cream Foundation. I like this, number one, because it comes in a squeezy tube. It's not heavy. A lot of my luxury foundations, they come in like super luxurious glass bottles, and don't get me wrong, I like that. I like to get a little bit, more for my money if I'm paying a lot for foundation. But this is a little bit more practical for me. If I'm gonna be like keeping this in my bathroom, I don't want something too heavy. I love a good squeezy tube. I also love this foundation because just like the RMS Supernatural Radiance Serum, it's something that you can very easily just kind of spread on with your fingers. It gives you very nice coverage. It's not streaky. You don't have to fuss with it too much. It is just instant radiance. You're gonna see with a lot of the products that I'm using in this video, the theme is kind of multi-purpose, not too fussy, put it on and it instantly looks good. Like I cannot be bothered type of makeup products. I mean, I only put on a tiny dab and look how good that looks. Look at this side, which still looks nice with the Radiance Serum. And then look at this side. Instantly perfected. If you guys miss it, I recently posted another video with my mom. I love filming them, and I did her makeup in that video, and she was sharing some of her makeup favorites. This is her favorite foundation, which of course she found out because I got it for her. Incredibly moisturizing, never fails me, to be honest. So yeah, if I am going on a trip, this is the kind of thing that I want to bring because it literally works for every single climate, and it always, like, my skin just loves it. That's what I'm trying to say. My cat Minnie has come to join us. Hello, Minnie. Next up, we're gonna go in with concealer. I have here the Dior Forever Skin Correct, one of my all-time favorite holy grail concealers. I mentioned this, I can't remember what video it was, guys, but I mentioned that this is the concealer, like, if one of my family members or friends is looking for a luxury concealer, if they don't really know much about makeup, and I want to suggest something that just works for so many people, is glowy, has decent coverage, is good for many different skin types, this is the concealer that I normally recommend to them. I haven't had anybody tell me that they don't like it. They recently reformulated it, but I can't tell the difference. Comment down below if you can tell the difference, because I do value your guys' opinions, but I can't tell the difference. I absolutely love it. Oh, actually, let me show you guys. This is my everyday brush pouch. I have a selection of brushes from different brands in here, and I do rotate them out, but this is the little curation that I have right now, and I have everything stored in this little BK Beauty pouch. This is the pouch from the Angie Hot and Flashy travel set. It zips up like this, and then as you can see, you just fold down the little top of the pouch and it just sits right there on my bathroom vanity. So just wanted to show that to you guys as well. And I'm actually gonna use a BK Beauty brush. This is the 109 to blend out my concealer. This is a very multi-purpose brush. I'll be talking about some more a little bit later in this video, but this is great for concealer. It's great for cream blush, for cream contour, all of those things. And so I'm just blending out the Dior concealer. You guys can see it has a beautiful radiance to it, and it's quick, right? Like it always looks good. It's not gonna be too dewy or serumy. Don't get me wrong, I like serumy concealers, but sometimes they take a little bit of extra time to maybe build up or spread out. I just can't deal with the streakiness when I am in a rush. So as you can see, that like totally cleared up any type of imperfections and dark circles. It's a very, very good concealer, and I will list, guys, down in the description box all the shades that I'm using. So if you forget or you need to look it up, you can find my shade down below in case we are shade twins. Now that I have my base on, this is usually when I like to prep my lips because I always get foundation on my lips. So just gonna rub that off. And in my everyday makeup bag, I have one of my favorite lip prep products. This is the Dior Lip Sugar Scrub. It's so good. Have you guys never used this before? I feel like nobody ever talks about this. It's kind of like the Dior lip glows, except there's little scrubby sugar bits in there. So it kind of just scrubs your lips, it hydrates your lips, and as you can see as I'm applying it, it still gives you that kind of lip glow effect where it just kind of like enhances the natural color of your lips. So I just like to apply that. It's a really, really good lip balm to keep in your purse as well. A lot of times I'll just pop this in my purse. Right now it's in my makeup bag because I have another lip balm in there. I also have here a recent favorite. This is the RMS Lip Lights. These come in a bunch of different colors, but they're very subtle. If you get the lightest color, it's a little bit more like a lip balm. This one's sort of the color of my lips. This is the shade Crush. It's just a soft rose. This is the best lip balm if you really have dehydrated lips because it is so thick and nourishing and cocooning. It is the most hydrating lip balm that I've ever tried. Absolutely love it. If you liked the, what was it, like the Bite lip mask, you know how they reformulated it and then it wasn't that good, you might want to give this one a try. And like I said, it comes in a bunch of different shades. You can get like a tint as well if you want to wear it as a very low maintenance lipstick. I've been popping this on my lips in a lot of my videos lately because, you know, sometimes I just don't want a lip color, I just want something very natural. And a lot of you guys were asking me what is on my lips, and it's been this. Next up, friends, we are going to bronze this face up, and I pretty much always have an Hourglass Ambient Lighting Edit palette in my my everyday makeup bag. Right now here I have the Jellyfish palette. This is one of the ones from holiday this past year, but I have a bunch of Hourglass palettes and I just kind of cycled through them. I'm gonna go into the bronzer right here in the Jellyfish palette. I love these palettes because you get so many products in one. You get the finishing powder, you get the bronzer, you get the blush. Obviously it depends on which palette you have. You get the highlighter. It's just a really good like 6-in-1 type of product. I can easily dip across them and do my makeup very quickly. The formulas are good. They're very natural. They give me a nice, beautiful glow that blurs imperfections. It's just really good. I love these. I also really like to use these for eyeshadow. So if I don't have a lot of time and I don't want to sort of look through my eyeshadows or, you know, do a complicated look, I can easily create an eyeshadow look, you know, popping this in the crease. I use the blushes and the highlighters on the lid and I'm done. It creates a very, very natural look where people almost, they're like, are you wearing makeup? Are you wearing eyeshadow? It's that type of look. It's a very kind of like that clean girl aesthetic. So yeah, I pretty much always have one of these in my everyday makeup bag, and I don't even think about going on vacation or traveling without one of these because it really cuts down on the amount of products that you need to bring with you. If I'm not dipping into my Hourglass palette, the other two bronzers that I have a lot of times in my everyday makeup bag is number one, the Chantecaille Real Bronze. This is in the shade Sirena. I really like this one. Also gives a very nice, natural, glowy look. I used this one in that video with my mom as well. So if you want to see what it looks like on her skin, you can check out that video. I'll link it down below. I also really like the Tom Ford Terra bronzer. So that's the other one that I've been using a lot recently. Next up, however, we are going to chisel things up. No surprise here, guys. I always use the Westman Atelier Face Trace Stick. I do still like the Tom Ford Shade and Illuminate. Don't get me wrong, but I have to be honest, I use this one more now. Like this has kind of completely replaced that routine use of the Tom Ford product because it's so quick, because it blends out so seamlessly. This is not quite as dewy as the Tom Ford, and I like that it comes in the stick format. It fits a little bit more easily in my bag and it is quicker. I'm just blending this out now, guys, with the BK Beauty 101. This is another brush that I always keep in my everyday brush kit because, once again, like it's a theme, it's very multi-purpose. I can use this for foundation. I can use this for contour like I'm doing right now. Bronzer, cream, blush. It's basically just the bigger version of the 109 that I showed you earlier that I did the concealer with. So this is an absolute must-have for me. Actually, I forgot to show you guys the brush that I just applied the bronzer with. This is the Sonia G Face Pro. If you are looking for just a go-to Sonia G powder brush, if you're looking for just one, I highly recommend you take a look at this one. It is fluffy, but because it's a little bit flat, you can still be kind of precise with it. It also is angled like this, so you can use it for blush right here on the tops of the cheekbones. You can use it for contour, more so powder contour. I wouldn't really use this with cream products. It's a very, very good all over powder brush as well. You could use it for bronzer. This is one of my favorite Sonia G brushes ever. So once again, if you're looking for kind of like that go-to everyday brush that's going to work for a lot of things, so you get more value for what you pay for, check out this one. I will link it in the description box. Now we're going to get into blushes. I have two in my everyday makeup bag at the moment. One that is a powder formula and the other one that is a cream formula. The powder formula is, of course, one of the RMS blushes. You guys know I absolutely love these. This is in the shade Crystal Slipper. This is the most neutral, subtle one that they have in the range. I love all of them, but no doubt, like this one is the most everyday. This is going to go with pretty much any eye look. I'll show you guys a swatch on my hand right here. Very natural, very soft, but you still get that beautiful, radiant glow. If you have a deeper skin tone, I would go for Maiden's Blush. Very similar shade, almost the same, except it's just like 1 or 2 shades darker. I really like that one as well, but Crystal Slipper is the one that I'm kind of going for every day at the moment. And then I also have, like I said, a cream blush formula. This is the one that I'm going to use on my cheeks today. This is the Rare Beauty Soft Pinch Liquid Blush in the shade Hope. And I do have a little mini size right here, which is great because you really don't need that much product out of these and it fits more easily in my makeup bag. This shade is just like a perfect peachy nude. It's a little bit more peachy than the RMS blush, which is, it's kind of like more on the classic nude side of the spectrum, but this is still really good for every day. I'm gonna use that BK Beauty 101 that I was just talking about to blend it out. Pretty much just grab this for most cream products, cream bronzer and blush, and you just get such a gorgeous, like, slight dewiness. These are not sticky. A lot of you guys are familiar with these blushes, so I won't go on and on, but I feel like as long as you don't apply too much to the face, you're absolutely good. This shade is pretty light, so it's not super fussy. If you wanted to try these blushes, but you were afraid that they were maybe too pigmented or they were gonna be, like I said, a little bit too fussy to work with, get this shade Hope, because it is probably, I think it is like the most neutral, the most subtle one in the range. You could also try the shade Virtue, which is a little bit darker. I think that one might be a little bit peachier as well. So if you want something that is a little bit more rich, go for Virtue, but Hope is kind of like that perfect little peachy nude for the cheekbones. For highlighter, I've really been enjoying this one from RMS. This is in the shade Prosecco Fizz. This is basically the same formula as the blushes, but they came out with a highlighter formula. I'll swatch it for you guys right here. So there's the blush, and then here is the highlighter. I like this because it's a very basic light gold that goes with everything, looks beautiful on my skin tone. And as you guys can see, it's not glittery or sparkly. Honestly, I feel like this is a really great, more affordable dupe to the Chanel Luminizers. It's very, very smooth. It kind of has the same effect to the skin. Here, I'll show you guys. And many of you guys know I do have a coupon code for RMS for most things that are on their website. So if you add the code, you get an even better deal. I feel like this works just as well, if not better, than a lot of like super high-end luxury highlighters. You really don't need to go crazy and break the bank. See how lovely that is? It's so, so good. I know it's not like a different shade, like it's a light gold, but that's why it's in the everyday makeup bag, right? That's the kind of thing that I need for every day. I would say that this and the one from Chantecaille, the Stella shade, I'll link it down below. Those are the two that I've been going for the most. That one is probably even more subtle. So if you want something just a little bit more subtle than that right there, go for the Chantecaille. I do have some eyeshadow palettes to show you, but real quick, guys, I want to do my brows just so we have a little something to work with, a little frame. I've been looking at them this whole time and I just can't wait to, you know, clean them up a little bit. I do have microblading, so my brows are on, but like I like them to be a little bit more perfected, a little bit more shaped. And so right here I have the Victoria Beckham Baby Blade. This is in the shade medium brown. It's not too warm toned, which is really nice for me. And I just like to kind of define them a little bit. I don't fill them in that much. Like I said, they are microbladed, and this has, I mean, it's called Baby Blade, so it has a very small, precise tip that makes it good for just like cleaning up, applying just enough product wherever you need it. If you wanted to do little individual hair strokes for that kind of like fluffy brow effect, you can do that. I don't have the patience for that. I don't have the brow shape for that. Like my brows grow this way. They don't like fluff up. It doesn't work, okay? I can't go with the trends, okay? I have to just follow the natural shape of my brow. So I just kind of fill it in a little bit, and then I brush it in with the spoolie on the other side. Need to have a brow pencil with a spoolie on the other side. I am not reaching for a separate spoolie. It needs to be quick. It needs to be convenient. And so that's one of the reasons why I really like this one from Victoria Beckham. This was gifted to me, by the way, a little while ago, but you guys know. I'm honest. I'm honest if I like something or if I don't. Next up here, we have an absolute staple in my everyday routine. This is the Blink Brow Bar London Clear Brow Gloss. This just sets your brows into place. It doesn't make them crunchy or anything. It really just sets everything right where you need it. My brow hairs, I don't know if my brow hairs are just really long, but literally like 2 seconds after I do my makeup, my brow will be like that. It's so annoying. And this is the only brow gel that I feel keeps them into place without being that kind of like, you know, pomade material that shellacks them. I don't really want them to look like they're super laminated or anything. I just want them to be very natural looking and to stay in place. And this stuff is so, so good. The last thing that I will do for my brows is I'll go in with my Glossier Stretch Concealer. This is a very emollient concealer, so I kind of like it for touch-ups, specifically for my brows. I'll just take a little flat brush and I go in like this. I don't know why, but I have like I have redness everywhere, but I have redness around my brow. So it just kind of like covers that up so they look a little bit more crisp. I don't want an Instagram brow, but I want them to look neat. I like them to look in place. That's just my aesthetic. And because this is kind of a emollient type of product, it also kind of helps create a little, you know, like a little border there to make sure that everything stays in place. And then now we are ready for eyeshadow. Okay, so I have 2 eyeshadow palettes that I have right now for every day. One of them is a little bit warmer and then one of them is a little bit more neutral. The one that's more neutral is this one from Hermes. I know they're expensive, guys, but hear me out. I use this so much, so cost per wear has really gone down. This is just the perfect little neutral palette. Let me explain why. You get 3 beautiful neutral everyday shades. You get this one that's kind of like a nice light satin, really, really good for one and done. You get a gorgeous metallic sparkly shade. It's not chunky. It's more of like a creamy formula. So it's very, very smooth, very long wearing on the eye. You also have a deeper matte right here. So if you want to add a little bit of dimension in the crease, you want to create a liner on the upper or lower lash line, you can do that. You can create the perfect neutral look. And then you get this beautiful little pop of color. It is a gorgeous coral, and I'll kind of use that as a bonus shade if I want a little bit, you know, of coral there on the eye. You can use that in so many different ways. In fact, I also, if you watch my review of these palettes, I also like to use this shade as a blush. I'll go in with my brush, buff it on, and it literally goes on just like one of the Hermes blushes. You don't need to buy a separate blush. So that's why I really like this one. And then the palette that I'm going to be using today, this is the one that's a little bit warmer in tone. This is the Chanel Le Beige palette, and the shade is called Warm. Warm is the name of the palette, and it's, I don't know, it's just like a really beautiful coral leading palette. You got some corals, you have a nice brown, you have some more basic neutral shades. So this is what I'm going to be using today. I'm going to start off with the lightest shade in the palette. It's a very soft satin, and this gives the most beautiful, just slight shimmery veil of color. It's a really good base shade. If I really don't have time to do my makeup, or maybe I'm doing like a bold lip, so I want the eye to be very, very simple and bare. See how it just kind of makes the eyelid look smoother and more perfected? I'll just kind of apply that as a base. Then I'll usually go into one of the coral shades for all over the eye. I think I'm gonna go into the lighter one. Did you guys see Chanel launched another holiday gift set and this was in it? Oh my gosh, that was the best one. It sold out in hours. If I didn't already have this, I definitely would have purchased that for myself. I don't know if this palette is trending right now. This was the palette that Margot Robbie wore a lot on the Barbie press tour because it's got that kind of like, you know, it's like slightly pinky, but not quite pink. It's still neutral, extremely flattering colors. It doesn't make you look like you have pink eye, by the way. You're gonna see by the end of this look. But I feel like a lot of people are catching on to this palette, guys. So make sure you get on top of that. I'm gonna take that same corally shade and I'm going to apply it to the lower lash line. See what I mean? It doesn't make you look sick or anything because it kind of has that little bit of warmth to it and neutrality. Like this could be your look. You could only use 2 shades, but I mean, I want to show you the palette, so we are going to use more shades. Next, I'm going to go into the deeper coral, and I kind of like to mix it with the brown just to tone it down a little bit depending on the look that I'm going for. And I like to blend that into the outer corner just to kind of open up the eyes a little bit. It's Chanel, guys. It's soft. Like, this isn't crazy pigmented, so you don't have to sit there and like, you know, be really precise. I like pigmented shadows as well, but a lot of times for every day, like if I am doing something quick, a more subtle formula, it's just like a little bit more forgiving. I'm now gonna go into that brown with a smaller brush, and I just like to use this to add a tiny bit more right there in the outer corner. So we have that, and then the last thing that I will do, guys, is I will go into this sparkly shade right here. It's a glittery shade, okay? It's a topper. I wouldn't put this all over the lid. You are gonna get fallout. If you have mature skin or dry skin, I do think it's gonna highlight texture, but as a topper, like as just a highlight shade, it is so good. See that? So I'll just pop that in the center of the eye. You could pop it on the inner corner as well. Little hint of glimmer to add a little bit of pizzazz to any kind of neutral, simple look. Another staple in my everyday makeup bag are eyeshadow sticks. I've really gotten into these this year. I know it's been a little bit of a trend, and I've been on that trend. This is a little mini one that I got, I think as like a freebie from like the Sephora points. This is from Laura Mercier, and this is in the shade Rose Gold. If I don't want to do a full eyeshadow look, I can just scribble this all over the eye, blend it out, and I'm good. Today I'm just gonna use this as like an inner corner highlight. This isn't gonna give you any fallout. They don't crease. I like the ones from Bobbi Brown. I like the ones from Victoria Beckham. So I usually have like a little collection of maybe the most neutral shades, and I just pop them in there. They don't take up much space. And like I said, they really, like, they never fail you. All of them, they're all pretty much like the same formula to me. Like, they spread out really well and then they set down all day. I'm gonna show you now the best everyday eyeliner. Not only the formula, but the color as well. This is the Chanel Yo Waterproof Liner, and this is in the shade Brun Agape. Let me show you this color. It is a beautiful, soft, neutral brown with just a little bit of shimmer. Oh my goodness, this works for everybody. I love it. I'm gonna have to get this for my mom because she is 62. She doesn't like anything too heavy on her eyes. She doesn't like dark blacks and those types of shades. She likes things that are a little bit softer, and this is the perfect shade for a neutral look. See how it's like nothing too heavy, and we will blend it out. And if you've never tried these eyeliners before, guys, they're the best. They're literally the best. They last all day. They're not gonna like transfer onto your eyelids or smudge away. Once things start to transfer, it makes me look tired. I like to look neat and put together throughout the day. So I usually just take a little brush if I have time, and I'll soften that, and it just adds a really beautiful dimension to the upper lash line. I have right here, friends, one of my go-to mascaras. This is the Tower 28 mascara, and this is in the new brown shade, which is called Drift. I have the black version. I've purchased it many times. This new brown version was gifted to me from Tower 28. This is not sponsored. I really like the brown color for a beautiful natural look. I also think that the brown shade makes my brown eyes pop a little bit. Like, you just get all those kind of toasty colors. I also think that if you have blue eyes, brown mascara looks really good because it has a little bit more warmth to it. Orange is the opposite color of blue on the color wheel. So if you can kind of get like orangey coral tones, more of like a warm brown, that usually helps blue eyes pop a little bit more. And this lasts all day. That's just one coat, so I'll let you guys see the difference right there. It's the best. Mascara is on, our eye look is finished. And by the way, friends, remember how I put the eyeliner right here? This has been on my hand for a couple of seconds. Check this out. It's still there. See how it's still there? I had to rub pretty hard to get even a little bit off. If you use makeup remover, a makeup wipe, anything like that, a cleansing oil, it comes off no problem. But I just want to show you like how long lasting that is. We got to finish things up with lips. I have a couple things here, okay? I don't have like one lip product in my everyday makeup bag. We have a couple of formulas here. The first one that I have, you guys know I love these, the YSL Rouge Volupté Shine. I have these for every day. It's kind of like a really nice glossy lipstick balm. And the shade that I have right here is called Orange Carousel. This is definitely my favorite and most used shade. I use this a lot in the summer. It just gives the most gorgeous glow to the lips. It doesn't look super orangey once it goes on your lips because it kind of mixes with your natural lipstick color. I also really like the Chanel Rouge Coco Bloom. Once again, a really beautiful kind of shiny lipstick balm. This is in the shade Ease. They look really similar on camera, but in person they do not. This is more of a warm tone brown. I also have some glosses in here. I love the Dior Lip Maximizers. These are the two that I wear the most. This is the new shade in Pure Copper, which is great if you want something for like a neutral brownie look. And then I also really like the Holographic Lavender, which I know it looks a little bit crazy in the tube, but once it goes on the lips, it is just like a really beautiful pinky tone. It really brings out the pink tones in your lips, looks very romantic, but also makes the lips look very juicy because it has like that holographic sparkle. I also have some Chanel lip gloss in here. This is in the shade, I believe it's pronounced Noche Moscata. This is a really nice neutral shade. Can't go wrong with Chanel lip gloss. And then finally, guys, some, I guess, more like reasonably priced options that I really like and I don't get to talk about enough on my channel. The Tarte Maracuja Juicy Lip Plump. Let me show you my favorite shade right here. This is called Honeysuckle. Oh my gosh, it's so juicy and delicious. The color of this is probably similar to like Clinique Black Honey. It's kind of like that tone, but maybe a little bit softer, maybe a little bit softer. And then also here I have the Makeup by Mario. I always forget the name of these. Moisture Glow Plumping Lip Serum in the shade Bronze Glow. Actually, I'm gonna put this one on. I think we're gonna do this because I haven't worn this one in a while. And without a doubt, every time I wear this, you guys ask me what's on my lips in the comment section. So this is what it is. This one is a little bit more brown toned because it's the Bronze Glow, but they got pinky ones. They have like mauvey ones. They have a bunch of different colors at this point. And I actually keep this in a little box, a little organizer on my desk because this is the kind of thing where it's like, oh, I'm gonna put something on my lips. I have a Zoom call. I just pop this on if I'm about to sit down to film and I forgot. I just pop this on. So this actually stays on my desk. And there you have it, friends. This is the final look. Comment down below and let me know what you think. I hope that you enjoyed taking a look at my everyday makeup routine. I hope you guys got some really good neutral makeup recommendations. Now it is your turn, friends. Sound up in the comments down below because I need to know what's in your everyday makeup bag. I am super nosy and I want recommendations from you guys as well. So let us know in the comment section down below, what are those products that are kind of like your everyday go-tos, maybe things that you have purchased very often. If you like this video, guys, please don't forget to give me a big thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already. And with that, friends, I hope that you see some beauty in your day and I will see you in my next one. Goodbye.